Oh my god, once again, I just end stream and I have to make a video. For those who don't know, DBD did a stream today. They went over a bunch of stuff of them, like, entering the community more, like, joining their own Discord, trying to be more direct with adding a bug feature that you're allowed to report bugs in the game, and it immediately goes to, I think they called it QA or something like that. But the main point, the main thing that we do need to address here are the changes, right? The changes is what everyone wants to talk about. Behavior, while in the stream, basically kind of inferred the us versus them thing. They said the player base of this game is killer or survivor. They said that during the slugging thing. If you want a direct clip, you know, just go into the stream and they talk about it during the slugging thing. But once again, these changes are fucking terrible. It's so funny because so they did it in a bullet point list in like a PowerPoint format. And as they go one by one, you immediately went, oh, okay, this is pretty good. This is reasonable. Into what the fuck are they doing? Holy shit, it's over. For those wondering what I'm referring to, more specifically, almost every fucking change. When you look at the anti-tunnel, they went 10% haste, endurance, okay, that's fine, that's normal. Elusive, okay, I understand the elusive along with the other two things. Aura, for 10 seconds, for 32 meters. Do you realize this begins to be fucking up? This is the problem. If you have the elusive, that's not bad. Elusive is fine, you know, with the other two. I understand wanting to be able to hide yourself as a survivor the moment you get off hook. I understand that. For 10 seconds, it's not terrible, you know, the duration of your BT. But then why are we giving perma fucking wall hacks throughout this 10 seconds as well? You do realize people play with friends, right? 32 meters. This isn't 8 meters. This isn't 16 meters. This is 32. That is the average size of a terror radius of the killers in the game. Most killers have a 32 meter terror radius. So the moment the fucking killer even enters your stratosphere, you know they're coming. And where? Like, the aura part doesn't make sense in this. This shouldn't be a thing. I might be able to actually find the exact point that they talk about this in this video. Yeah, okay. So that's the killer changes. They removed the collision, which I think is good. I think that specifically makes the elusive status effect like genuinely reasonable. It makes it reasonable, because yeah, no, this shit was bad. Okay, so they talk about face camping first, so let's talk about this. So they talk about face camping and like the different variations of it, like hard camping, proxy camping, etc. And it's you know, pretty reasonable until you see the changes, and I don't know where they are specifically. Is it this? Yeah. Decrease the fill rate of anti-camp by 50%. And they increase the range of anti-camp to 20 meters. So you might initially go, oh, okay, that's not bad. The killer's gonna get punished for camping more. That's fairly reasonable, right? That's what I thought too. I went, oh, okay, that's fairly reasonable. And then the longer the killer's in the radius, the more it'll ramp up. Until you get to, where is it? Is it here? Right here. For those wondering what this is this survivor who is not on the hook seeing this hooked survivor's anti-camp bar. So you want to know what that means? That is a 20 meter base kit kindred for everybody in the game. Kindred. Base kit. Do you see the problem? I'm completely fine for punishing camping more. You think that camping is you shouldn't be, the killer shouldn't be doing it? It's not interactive gameplay. The quality of life pallets and kicking pallets the whole game also isn't interactive, but I digress. You don't want the killer camping, and you know you want interactive gameplay in the game. Okay, that's fine. Punish the killer more for camping. That's completely fair. Which is why when they were going over the bullet points, I went, okay, this is reasonable. You give map-wide info for everybody. You gave map-wide info for everybody. Why? Why are we doing that? We want to ensure that players' times are respected, ensure that queuing up means you get to play. Okay, that's fine. I understand that. You want to nerf camping? That's fine. But why are we giving everybody info? Everyone. This is just a hard buff to solo queue. I understand needing to buff solo queue, but 20 meters from a hook. Most of the time, when you hook someone, guess what you fucking do? You start fucking sweeping as killer. You break the pallets that are nearby. You kick the gens that are nearby. If you're a trapper, you set up your traps. If you're a hag, you set up your traps. You do what you need to do in the area because you're already in the area, and then you leave. But guess what? If everyone knows that you're doing that in the area, they can commit their gens more. That is free fucking info. That is vital info. 20 meters also is not a small range at all. 20 meters is pretty solid. If it was 8, I'd be like, okay. Who cares? But 20 is that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Going into the anti-tunneling changes, they talk about the grunts of pain, pools of blood, so this is everything. 10% haste, endurance, elusive, which is fine. And then the make the no sound goes along with the elusive. But then, once again, you see the killer's aura within 32 meters. Why? Buff, massive fucking buff to solo queue. Also, ears are a thing, so you can just kind of, you can hear the killer, just leave the game, or leave the aura out of it, you know. I think people can hear a terror radius, so they can get the fucking idea they're being tunneled. But then you put it on comms, and then you just... Everyone knows the exact position of the fucking killer. This is without body blocking, by the way. This is just like, this is info. Now incorporate this into body blocking with a team on comms that knows clock callouts, that knows how tiles are, what tiles are called. You can be like, hey, body block the inner side of the 6th tile because the killer's actively walking there. Hey, can you body block the outer side of the 3 window because the killer's gonna walk there? Do you like see the problem? Do you see it? Something that pisses me off more is the fact that during the fucking stream, I need to find it. They were talking about slugging. During the stream, they said they gave us stat interviews or analysis of the maps, and during the slugging portion, here it is. During the slugging portion, the game had the most slug time at 31 seconds. And they see that over the time from January to December, the amount of the time that people are getting slugged is, or January to October, sorry, is decreased by 5 seconds on average, which makes sense though. Nah, I gotta go back to this. Which makes sense though, because perks like Conviction, Wigliff, and all of the heal perks get buffed, so you're able to pick people up faster, etc. So if people are slugging less and people are being slugged for less because it is less effective. We're gonna get to that later on. But the game has a 31-second average slug time, right? So the dev, or I don't know if he's a dev. I think he's a dev. Wait, can we go? This guy. So he's talking about it, and he's like, I don't know why people are being slugged in the game. So people in chat, as you can see, they start spamming pallets. And he goes, okay, I guess people like pallets. Not understanding that the reason why people are being slugged more on the game is because there are more pallets in a closer vicinity of each other. And when you also incorporate that with the perks like Sprint Burst, Background Player, Ghost Notes, Vigil, so you're able to get your Sprint Burst and Background Player back faster, if a person dies on a pallet, you fucking can't pick them the fuck up because they're gonna get saved. Like, does this make sense? But the devs didn't understand that, or that, at least specifically that guy, didn't understand that. He doesn't understand that pallet saves are a part of the game, or at the very least, that because the pallets are so close and there's so many that every time someone dies, they are more likely to die in a fucking pallet because there are so many. The killer can't fucking break them all. And like, because of the other maps getting such an abundance of pallets, this is not just happening on the game anymore. This is happening on a bunch of other maps. But maps like RPD haven't seen it increase in pallets because all of those pallet spawns are fixed. Those maps didn't change its pallet spawns, which is why RCPD West Wing is the least time slug, because you know where the pallets are. So if you down, or if you force chases in certain areas, you know that a person can't die in a pallet. And when you Once again, put this on comms, it becomes even worse. People now know what time to get off their gens, to get off an action, to then go and lurk for the safe. And background player is so unbelievably fucking broken when you put that fucking perk with the combination of, not even, like, with flashlight saves, it's really good. But when you do it with pallet saves, it's even fucking stronger. You can be, I've tried this. I was a tile on God on the Joy. There's a tile at, where is it on the map? Is it 6? It's either 6 or 7. No jokes, but jokes aside. It's either 6 or 7, and then the parking lot is in the edge. I was on the other side of the tile, ran with background player, vaulted the window, and got a pallet stun on the guy or my teammate who died on the pallet. Now do that on the game. Now put Vigil on. You can do it more and more often. That's only with 2 people, by the way. That's just 2 people. One with background player, the other one without it. Now imagine if there's more sprint bursts or more background players. And then there's so many pallets that they're safe. Like, a thing with the game right now, and especially, like, not even just the map of the game, but all the maps that are gonna increase in pallets. You can't break every pallet anymore. You would lose games against, like, really efficient teams if you broke every pallet before. But, like, against, like, the lower skill players, you could get away with breaking all the pallets that they drop and be fine. Like, obviously, the better players will take advantage of the fact that you're just doing that, so you'd be less likely to win. But now, even lower tier players, if they just drop every pallet and you break every pallet, you're fucked. And it's not like every pallet is fucking 50-50s. Every pallet, or a lot of the pallets that are added, are long pallets. They're strong. They're not weak at all. And then, because there's so many more, they chain into more things, which they're chaining into more pallets, into more windows. It's like, that's the problem. But going into the slugging changes. Is that camping? The resolve bar. Yeah, okay. So the slugging changes, right? This is literally my active thought process throughout this shit. Resolve bar takes 120 seconds to fill. Oh, okay. That's reasonable. I feel like if a killer's slugging that long, the survivor deserves to get up. That's a pretty fucking long time. 2 minutes? And then 3 fucking seconds later, they go, boom. It fills 33% faster for each additional survivor in the dying state. You can't make this shit up. Now put that with we were just talking about pallets. If survivors die on pallets, you are forced to slug them if a person is nearby. So if you already have one person down on a pallet that's right here, and then another person dies on a pallet that's right here, and then you have teammate B or fucking C with background player. And guess what? It's not like teammate C is sitting here with background player in a dead zone. He's sitting here with background player, and if you commit him, he has windows, pallets, shack, man. He has whatever the fuck he needs. He has everything. And then if you go pick, he'll just background player and get the save. Like once I saw this, I went, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe I like the least 105 seconds. And then you see this. It's like every time with these slideshows, they go 1 step forward, 1,732 backwards. It's like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Bro. And since they started off with that, right? Since they started off with that, I can guarantee you half the people watching the stream completely forgot about it. Because what I'm going to mean by this is, so they started off with, you know, all of the tunneling and the slugging and the face camping things. And then they released actual quality of life stuff. So look, you know, Auto Haven looks better or clearer now. To me, it's not. I don't like it personally. That's because I use Reshade though. Like if you're a console gamer, it's probably gonna be better. Then you have scratchboard color, something people have been wanting for years, right? Good thing though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm as much as I shit on behavior about the dumb shit they do, I'm going to give them credit when they do something right. The scratchboard things are fucking great. The focusing on maps now to make them brighter for especially console gamers who don't have Reshade. Yeah, I 100% agree with it. It is great. It's something that has been needed and asked for and wanted for years. For years. But I could, like, with half the stuff, or all the changes that they go over, it's like people just forgot about it because they got 3 really good things. And then the quality of life, I'm not gonna get too much into that in this video because I went over it in another video, and they said they're gonna wait to actually change it after, I think, this weekend. There's like if you go to Reddit, I think they said they have a forum set up so you can like put your complaints and your constructive criticism there. But yeah, I mean, over the changes, like, I'm complaining about it right now, and I can give you further, like, if you really, like, I could get more in depth as to why all of these changes are bad. I feel like I went in depth enough. You know, base kit Kindred for Universal, insane. The aura is insane alone, but when you put it on Swifts, it's even better. But the slugging changes, it's like you just, the slugging is forced in a lot of scenarios. So it's just like, it's just, and a lot of it is just like, it's like cause and effect. It's like because of one thing, another thing is just getting progressively worse. But I want to talk about the stats, right? So SEC slugging has reduced on average 5 seconds from January to today. And, you know, a reason for that is more perks. When you have perks like Conviction, when you have perks that save people, like Last Stand and stuff. And when you have, like, Wiglif, which I don't think got... But maybe Wiglif did get changed since January. But when you have a bunch of healing perks, because healing perks work on slugged survivors, they get up faster, right? So they're getting up faster, but they can also be saved easier because of, you know, introductions of ghost notes, which allows you to basically have like a Vigil 2.0, and then if you combine that with Vigil, and then you combine that with Sprint Burst, if you combine that with BGP, it's just it's like a perfect storm of lose scenarios for killers. They can't do anything. Oh my fucking god, I forgot the other tunneling change. So the only benefit for killer, right? The only benefit for not tunneling is Bloodlust 1. Not Haste. Bloodlust 1. For 15 seconds. And then you're immediately gonna go, oh, that doesn't sound bad. That's a pretty solid change. Which is what I thought too. Until 4 fucking seconds later, they go, so yeah, it cancels if you start chase. It cancels if you use your power. It cancels if you break a pallet and an unbreakable or a breakable wall. Are you serious? Are you serious? So the survivor, not even because you're tunneling, the survivor every time they get off hook gets aura, perma silence. But then as the killer, you get Bloodlust for 15 seconds. If you don't tunnel. If. And then, when you use your power, it goes away. And when you start chase, it goes away. Do I need to explain it more? I will. But do you understand already how stupid that sounds? You hook someone, right? You hook Survivor A. Right? You're Trapper. 15% Bloodlust. Guess what? They dropped the pallet next to that hook. Oh, you want to break that pallet? Oh, okay, you break the pallet. Now you lose your Bloodlust. Go fuck yourself. Oh, you want to go place down a trap? Instead of breaking the pallet, you also lose your Bloodlust. Go fuck yourself. Oh. Oh. You're Ghostface. You want to go undetectable once you break LOS so you're less likely to be spotted? Oh, you lose your Bloodlust. Go fuck yourself. Oh, you're Michael. You want to switch from tier 3 to stock mode so you don't get spotted? GG's, you lost your Bloodlust. Use your power. Go fuck yourself. Do I need to explain more killers for you guys to understand how stupid this sounds? And I'm not gonna lie. A thing that really, like, fucking pissed me off and rubbed me the wrong way during this stream was when one of the devs went, guys, don't freak out. It's just PTB. We're testing it. I understand it's a PTB, right? I understand it's a PTB. But it doesn't take a fucking rocket science to understand that these are inherently fucking survivor-sided changes. Everything. Literally everything in these changes are just inherently survivor-sided. On an update following the quality of life, which is also just another spit in your face, especially as a killer player. I'm just like, I have more time on killer than survivor. Yes, I still have a lot of fucking time on survivor. I'm just gonna start playing survivor. There's no fucking reason to play killer. There's no reason to play low tier killers. You're just screwing over in each update the lower and lower tier killers every time, and each of these updates affects more and more killers until eventually it's going to actually start affecting Nurse and Blight. And Nurse and Blight don't get fucking affected by these changes at all. Wow, you have my aura for 10 seconds. Guess what? I don't give a shit. I'm Blight and I'm Nurse. Oh, you have my aura for 10 seconds. I'm Skull Merchant. I lose the game. 10 seconds is a long fucking time in DBD. And then you can use that 10 seconds accordingly with the fact that you have the aura, and then you combine it with Personal Sprint Burst, so you get even more distance, and you still have the fucking aura because it's 32 meters. So now you can't tunnel. But oh, you're Skull Merchant. So if you don't tunnel, and then you get the tier 1 Bloodlust for 15 seconds. You want to place a drone down so you're undetectable, so you don't tunnel and you want to get value off of it? No, because you used your power. Go fuck yourself. It's just a stupid update. I'm sorry. You want to say not get mad? Play your own fucking game, please. At a very minimum, like, competent level. There's no, I refuse to believe that the people who are seeing these changes, saying these changes, repeating them, putting them on a board, putting them in action, playing it and saying, nah, this is good, or going against survivors, even so, I'm not even talking about Swift, or going against solo queue survivors who understand how to use them. If you put this in a casual player's hands, it's going to be like, okay, casuals are still going to lose because, like, the newest of new players, Survivor is just so much more confusing than Killer at the start. Because Killer, it's just like, oh, just walk up to the guy and M1 him. But for Survivor, it's, you gotta find the gens. Like, it's inherently confusing when you don't understand how the game works. I understand that. But this isn't just affecting the new players. This is affecting everybody. This is just an update that affects everyone from top to bottom, from bottom to top. I genuinely do want this game to thrive, but when they continuously just spit in your face as players who've been playing this game for so long, it's like it's just like it literally feels like they just don't give a shit, right? And I expect lower tier killer consecrated mains to either start playing higher tiers more, not care about winning anymore, stop playing DBD, switch to Survivor, start complaining more, because that's basically what this game is right now. It's just a complaint fest because everything is just so inherently fucking Survivor-sided. And then, right, so everything is Survivor-sided. But then, that one game that you queue up a Survivor, and you're running a meme build, and your teammates are running meme builds, or your teammates kind of just don't care about the gens. But then you go up against a 4-star on Nurse. It's like, wow, that was such a killer-sided game, which it was, right? Which it was because of what you brought. And that is something I might make a video addressing. This game is very much a what you fucking brought. And that's why everyone's just getting more insufferable. It's just like, whoever brings the better shit wins, but then you don't want to bring the better shit because they're mostly fucking boring, especially on the killer side. Like, the most efficient way to play killer is 4 slowdown. We've gotten 1 slowdown perk in like the last like 4 years, which was Unknowns. Was it Undone or on something? And then the perk before that was Call of Brian. So we've been running the same meta for years because against teams that bring everything, you have to run it. But then when you go against teams that aren't running full meta, it's so unnecessary. But yeah. You know, that's all I kind of wanted to talk about. This update. This PTB is gonna probably be a rough one for sure. I'll probably be playing it so I can accurately, you know, with the numbers, make better assessments of stuff that's happening. They shouldn't do Bloodlust, they should do Haste. And yeah. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate you for watching.